Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And we've got a bunch of Guns N' Roses news today. So one of the biggest headlines we had today, other than Guns N' Roses making their big announcement, is that ex-Metallica bassist Jason Newstead was interviewed by Loudwire, and he talked a bit about touring with Guns N' Roses, and he sort of reiterated, a lot of what he said in the VH1 Behind the Music episode that aired something like in 1998, or was it the year 2000? And he basically said Guns N' Roses taught me what not to do. So there's an interview I've linked to down below, but the essence of what he really says is that, when Guns and Metallica were touring, Metallica chose to play first, of course, because they wanted to play on time. He said, if we're going on at 8:01, we're on at 8:01. That's the way it's always been. That's why Metallica is still touring now and crushing everybody and selling more records. He said, Guns N' Roses showed me what I don't ever want to become. Antics, pissing away of money, disrespecting the people who work for you, looking down on people who look up to you. Worst thing you can do, especially in this business. I saw them do that a lot and I don't like it. Also, he summed up Guns N' Roses' career by saying, as a band, they were powerful for about 3.5 years and really had their sharp teeth, and after that, everything fell apart. He also sort of did a little sly dig at Axl, saying that, it was frustrating waiting for Axl to go on stage when his psychic said it was okay to go on. So, I know a lot of people criticize Jason Newsted. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's a great bass player, and I frankly liked his background vocals a lot more than Robert Trujillo's. I still like Robert Trujillo, but I like Jason Newsted much better. So you guys may remember the VH1 Behind the Music episode that aired about Metallica, and they talked about the Guns and Metallica tour and that show in Montreal where James suffered, third-degree burns, and Jason told a story about after the Montreal ride, he went backstage and saw Axl, drinking champagne and smoking a cigarette and saying, my throat's giving me trouble. And, that was the story we thought we knew for a very long time. And then Guns N' Roses manager Doug Goldstein did an interview probably a year or two ago where he disputed that story and basically said that Jason Newsted was so low on the totem pole that he would never be allowed in the same area that Axl was. Now, Jason Newsted isn't the only person to talk about Guns N' Roses in the past year or so. We also had an interview with Kirk Hammett last November where he was being interviewed by the LA Times, and he basically had this to say about Guns N' Roses. He said, unfortunately, they've turned into somewhat of a nostalgia act, which to me is kind of sad. And in the same interview, James Hetfield talked about the importance of writing new material. He said, I don't want to think we're trying to stay young by writing new stuff, but it makes us feel relevant. It makes us feel like we're still progressing. Turning now to Guns N' Roses' upcoming gig at Slane Castle. So we've got a press conference that was held earlier in the week by the festival organizers, and it basically just summarizes a lot of what was written in the Irish publications about the concert, about arriving on time, about how the organizers are excited about Guns N' Roses and said how Axl's on top of his game. And I've linked to it down below. It's about 15 minutes. There's nobody from Guns N' Roses management doing the press conference. It's just a lot of festival organizers. But if you guys are interested in a lot of the logistical stuff, you can go check that out down below in the description box. So we've also got some really cool footage that Steven had actually sent me. He posted this on his YouTube channel. So if you guys have maybe never been to Slane Castle before, like myself, and you kind of wonder what the grounds are like, he actually shot some drone footage around the venue, and it's really cool. I think it's going to be probably one of the best gigs of the actual tour that Guns is doing in Europe. So the video starts out with some footage of him driving there, but then you can see some really cool aerial footage of it too. So go check it out, guys. I've linked to it down below, and just want to give a special thanks to Steven for sending me the link to it. And then we've also got a photo from the stage being set up at Slane Castle. So this is just a little preview of what you guys can expect to see on Saturday if you guys are going to actually see the concert. And then we've also got a new interview with Steven Adler, and Steven Adler was participating in the Ronnie James Dio charity gig a couple weeks ago. So during a May 7th interview that he actually did with an Argentinian rock journalist during the Ride for Ronnie motorcycle rally in Encino, California, Adler talked about the reunion with Guns N' Roses, which there's a video interview of it. I've linked to it down below. He said that was so great. It was really amazing and a dream come true, because for 25 years, all I've been doing was praying that I would be able to do it. I just wish I could play more songs because I want to do more with them. It's really hard. It's heartbreaking and hard for me to be standing on the side of the stage and watching somebody else play my songs. And he's basically said Frank Farrar is a great drummer. He really is, but it's hard for me. It's like I'd like to play a few more songs, but I'm thankful I got to do anything at all, so my dream came true. But I want to do more. I hope we'll see what they say. And then Mitch LaFon put this out on social media. So on May 24th, 1993, Guns N' Roses released their strictly limited edition of the Civil War EP and included an exclusive interview with Slash as well, and a pretty drunk Slash to say the least if you guys haven't heard his interview on YouTube. And the last thing I want to say, or one of the last things I want to say, is that May 24th, 1991 was also the first official show of the Use Your Illusion tour in East Troy, Wisconsin. Today was supposed to be the day that we got the announcement, but unfortunately that never happened. So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. I believe it's 7 a.m. Eastern. That's what people are saying? And tune in tomorrow, guys. We're going to have a special Guns N' Roses podcast to talk all about the announcement. We're shooting, I think, for 8 p.m. Eastern or 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So tune in my channel around that time. You can see Jeff and I discussing all of the day's news. And I want to give a shout out to Ben. He's one of my subscribers. He hit me up on Facebook, and he found a magazine from the summer of 1993. I believe it's called Raw Magazine. And I don't know if we get it in North America. Maybe it's just a European magazine. But it had Guns N' Roses on the front cover. And it was probably an interview that was taken during the Use Your Illusion tour when Guns were, on the last leg in Europe there. And he just sent a short clip of him flipping through the actual magazine. So I always love seeing, throwback magazines and memorabilia and that kind of stuff from this time period. So here you guys go. So that does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the contents of this video, and be sure to hit the subscribe button if you love Guns N' Roses as much as I do, and be sure to follow me on social media. The links to my social media channels are down below in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to tune in tomorrow where I'm going to let you guys know what the major Guns N' Roses announcement is. Take care.